All right. Good day. Everybody out there is having a good one. So, an artist that has opened up a whole new genre of music for me and really has inspired me kind of retroactively. And somebody that I wish I would have known about a whole lot sooner is Paco De Lucia. Now, if you're not familiar, we have a whole playlist of flamenco and just of Paco alone. If you want to take the Cliff Notes version, but I highly suggest if you're into guitar, just awesome music out of Spain or any of that, just definitely you want to check that out and all sorts of other stuff. We check out music from all over the world. We have found so many different artists and genres, and just whole things that we didn't even know were possible. Just from following suggestions rather than algorithms. So we like human suggestions, not robotic suggestions. They seem to fare out better. So with all that being said, here is Paco de Lucia, what translates to the Andalusian. I think that's how you say it, Andalusian gypsies. So Valeria. I think we've already done one from this show, but in control. Nobody's business. Oh, they mic'd his foot. Such tonal control too. It's just slides in them knuckle hits. Oh my.
Gracias.
Yeah,
Gracias.
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 No, thank you. Ah, that's a beautiful place. I think we're going into something else here. Um, yeah, this is now. Okay, we need to talk about a few things here. First of all, like, well, I should use when you're even being, uh, watching what you're playing. Okay, even you knowing exactly where your hand is on the neck and wanting your 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 brain says, "I want to go right here," and you would think that after practice that you could do it without even looking at it, and that is true. But when you start to speed things up and you're really, I mean, he's rapidly hitting notes and then going right back and doing these other things, then rapidly going down, and then it's just in the amount of notes that he's squeezing in not just a minute but a second. It's there's this is I mean, we have to take into account that he did half of this with his eyes closed. I mean, a good great deal of it, which really is just kind of par for the course with Paco. And like I said, if this is stuff that you're interested in, and finding new artists and all that, definitely hit the subscribe button and take a look around. We got a ton of awesome playlists of awesome artists from all over the musical spectrums doing a bunch of awesome things. Now, this gentleman right here has totally changed the way that, it's like I used to, when I looked at, the Spanish acoustic, I really, I saw it in a different way than I do now. And he really, kind of shows that, like, when we get into like even types of like high end progressive metals and everything, we really, when we see these chord progressions, it's like we see that kind of that spirit of Paco and this flamenco style kind of shining through a little bit. And maybe it's just me that sees that, but it's like I tend to recognize some of these, like, chord progressions that I'm not going to say they're similar, but it's like if you threw some distortion on that and had some chugga chug chugs behind it, you'd be, wow. I mean, move over Eddie Van Halen type of thing. This, we're talking about, somebody who is revered as, the best in the world. And you can see why. You can understand why this man is like the man, the myth, the legend. It's it's something that even as a guitarist and seeing, and playing with many just very skilled, musicians, it's like you see this and it's like I totally thought I had, really knew what talent was. And it's like, well, come to find out, no, I just had a little tiny idea of what, talent is really all about. And, you know, every time I see or hear anything from Paco, it just there's always something that he does that it's like I want to try that. Now, I can't get close to even touching a a note of what he can pull off, but it gives me ideas for different chord progressions that I never would have thought hadn't I seen, him doing it. Now, the other thing is all the stuff that he was slipping in and how hard he was hitting those strings. I mean, those strings were holding on for. We got Paco playing on us. Don't give out, boys. I mean, it's just, you know. it would not have surprised me a bit to see him snap one of them strings right off. I mean, he was, giving it to it. And that's, it really goes to show you it's like he knows the limit that he can really give it to and he also is able to do it without it, because you can strum too hard and it's just not, it doesn't sound good. He's doing it right to that limit to where, it just, man, and I could sit here and talk for hours about like technique and the way that, he's, just strumming alone. I mean, you take these three fingers and you try to do this on the guitar, okay? Now add the other two. It starts to get a little messy up here. I'm just, with a lot of practice, obviously you can pull these things off. There's obviously great flamenco players out there right now doing amazing things. I'm not saying that he's the one and only that can do it. It's just when you could see the inspiration that all these other ones have gotten, is they all, have this thing in common is, you could tell that Paco was heavily influenced the way they play. There's no doubt about it. And those musicians, entertainers, and people that either get to see him or play with him or just even share the stage with him. That's it's like being a part of some history that I'm so glad that it was in a time that we had a way to archive this and to see it, because it's one thing to hear it, but it's another thing to see it and hear it. It's just, a lot of times your ears can get complacent and, it's like, yeah, it sounds pretty cool. And that sounds wicked technical. Yeah, pretty awesome. But then when you see it, you're like, it's just, I'm watching him do it, and I still can't understand how he's doing it, and it's like magic, and that's I love when an artist or a type of music gets me excited and also inspires me to in areas of music that aren't even remotely like flamenco, but still this is brings me inspiration, gives me ideas, gives me like, wow, okay, yeah, then it's like, wow, if ever there was a person that deserved their picture next to the word wow in a dictionary, it's Paco De Lucia. um also, musical genius would be another one. Master musician. I mean, we could go on down the list of just whew, this. He is not so legendary for no reason, and there is a lot of brilliant, awesome music that I have found that comes out of Spain, and a lot of stuff that I'm realizing, was birthed from these areas and has progressed and turned into these and molded into these other things, and even its own music has taken pieces of this and put it in other areas of music, even in metal and in rock and in it's just it's really neat. And I say this a lot, but I love, experiencing cultures through their music because I think, you really get a good sense of, the kind of, uh, music that comes out of that place in the way that it's progressed over time. And you get to see how things have grown through this, and even instruments have been made through time. I mean, this is all springing from the lute. I mean, what she would probably be a master of too. So, I mean, it's just, and it's excellent. And you got, the Brazilian end of things, which I'm going to be getting a lot more into with, they got 7 string acoustics that they're, more accustomed to playing. There's a whole different, aspect. And it's like, and then you got, the people that, you got a lot of people in metal that, it's like 7 strings, 8 string, guitars. And then you got people in metal that like, look, I prefer to just use 6 strings and do the awesome I know how to do on the 6 strings. Some guitarists kind of feel like the 7th string is kind of, you can really get some good chugga chuggas going, right? Um, when you witness it on an acoustic, it's a whole different experience because it even takes you a second to realize, wait a minute, is that another string I see? And yeah, but this is the some of the most masterful stuff you will ever see performed on 6 strings, 6 nylon strings. That you know, uh, yes, there are phenomenal artists out there right now, and I know there's going to be a bunch of people giving me names, and I love the suggestions. Please leave suggestions because that's how we do this. But they all look up and revere, this man, and for good reason, because wow, he is, when it comes to, when somebody says the master, of guitar or anything, this is the first name that comes to mind. It used to be like, Eddie Van Halen, Jimi Hendrix, stuff like that. It's like now they're not even on the map. It's like they're not even in my top 10 anymore. It's like so, but yeah, maybe top 10, but still, you get what I'm saying. If you haven't heard of Paco De Lucia and any of his music and any of the stuff, we have, like I said, we have a whole playlist. We also have a flamenco playlist that we've been adding to. So there's a lot of other artists you can check out in that playlist as well. We're going to be continuing to add to them, as well as all sorts of music from Spain, surrounding regions, and all over the place. We got, Japan. We're getting just a lot of music from a lot of awesome places, even area Ukraine, Russia. I know there's some stuff going on, but it still doesn't change the fact that they put up beautiful music, and they have for millennia. Um, I think that's a bit too long, but still, yeah, we check out music from all over the regions and all over the places, and from all genres. So please suggest an artist or a musician or even a whole genre of music to check out that maybe we haven't even heard of before. I'm always eager to hear stuff that I've never heard of. It's like, and that's why like flamenco is like one of those things. It's like it's a whole genre of music I didn't even realize existed, and now it makes me look at things a whole different way, and I kind of like that. So yeah, once again, go check out Paco, and definitely get going down that rabbit hole because you're gonna be really impressed with a lot of the stuff you see. It's amazing stuff, and of course, like, comment, subscribe. Let us know about an artist or musician, and have a great day. Above all, just try to have the best day you possibly can. I hope this showed you something new. If it didn't, take a look around. I'm sure you will find something new, and we will see you in the next one. Have a great day out there, everybody.